Men of Reddit. What are some less obvious red flags about men you would want to caution women against? If you hear a little voice inside you that says I can change this man, he is not the man for you. This goes for both genders, but don't date someone under the assumption that they'll change something fundamental about themselves. Not fair to either of you. Don't trust a man who can joke about others but can't take it. Edit. I know that this can apply to women. The thing is, I should need a disclaimer just to gain permission to critique men, and some of you should need to drag women down just to acknowledge a personality flaw. When someone is declaring multiple times they are not a certain way without prompt, they are actually that way. Any aversion to taking responsibility. The older I get, the more I find that the men I respect most aren't the ones with great achievements to their names, but rather the ones who aren't afraid to own their shit. You'll be able to tell if a guy is nice by how he behaves. If a guy tells you he's nice, ignore that. That's meaningless. Blaming their childhood on treating you and others like rubbish. If a guy is doing the minimum of what you want in a long-term relationship at the beginning, it's going to be well below your standards after a few years. I would expect about half of what you see in the first year. This one is extremely obvious, yet I've seen dozens of women still make the same mistake. If he's rude, selfish and possessive before you're dating, he will not change once you start dating. I don't know why so many women think that a man will have an epiphany and become better once they get in a relationship. People very rarely change. If he's dumb, but thinks he's smart. When they don't respect the word no, even in the most benign of circumstances. If anything happens to him and he always shifts blame to someone else, or something else, or the situation, that is a big red flag. Sooner or later everything will be your fault. Also, if their story, complaint, rant, or explanation sounds too one-sided, again unable to take blame themselves, they are lacking empathy. Red flag. If they behave like they know everything, change is certainly not their cup of tea. When you have to cater to his needs, wants over your own with no compromise. It can be something as only watching shows that he wants, or doing things only he wants to do, or ordering takeout that only he likes. If they don't like dinosaurs. If they verbally attack you in an argument rather than discuss the issue. If they constantly shit-talk other guys. A friend of mine dated a guy who apparently everyone wanted to fight. At the gym. This guy over here want to throw down. At a mall. Those guys look like they want to get hit. At the grocery store. This dude is looking at me like he wants to go outside. No, Steve. No one feels like fighting you. You are just on steroids. When he looks to you as his sole source of happiness, entertainment. This usually means that they lack the ability to manage their own emotions or have healthy coping mechanisms. In addition, if you are in it for the long term, there will be times that you will get sick of each other, and a guy needs some hobbies that can take his attention away to give you space. This can be an open door for manipulation. If he starts throwing tantrums over petty things, there is worse on the horizon. He's not passionate, he's unstable. If he doesn't want to talk about awkward stuff while you are dating, then he might not want to talk about awkward problems in the relationship. Edit. It is interesting how people make their own interpretation of things. I never gave any definition of awkward, nor did I specify any timelines, but some folks seem to cherry-pick the definitions they want, so they can discount this. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the core concept. If you are dating someone, and they have stinky socks they leave lying around, instead of going into the laundry, that's an awkward topic. If one person talks about how much they want to be a parent to their own biological kids, and the other knows they don't want children, that's an awkward topic. Humans do have a tendency to try to avoid stuff that makes them uncomfortable, or scares them. We tend to hope problems will go away if we leave them alone. I've talked to a lot of friends who got divorced, who thought their partner would change after marriage. You don't need to give your intimate autobiography on a first date, but if you see an obvious issue, like the children example, there's no point in waiting a while to point it out.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it. Tomorrow we will upload a new video. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you soon.